I don't even like wine, but guess what? You're gonna like it. I need some cheese.
What's up, guys? This is Barnabas, aka Mac and Cheese, bringing you a game of Domination on Dome, mainly because I feel like a lot of people struggle with this map, flip spawns, get frustrated, and are running around like chickens with their heads cut off whenever playing this map. So let's just take a look at it. First thing right off the bat, if you spawn by the tanks, you are very lucky because your team is going to grab B and C super quick. If you spawn over by A, you're going to have to do a little bit of work. Ideally, with this map, this is just based off of the distance that you have to travel to get to all the different spawn points. Now, ideally, for this map, you want to hold C and B because they have the best vantage points, and it's basically the best way to trap people in A. So, with the red dots here, those are basically where you want to put your teammates, floating around between the red dots and the yellow dots in the yellow area and whatnot. But this is your ideal situation where you can basically put people and maintain a full-on spawn trap. Now, you don't want to push past these points because if you do that, then you'll flip the spawns and you'll start getting shot in the back. So, luckily here with our match, we spawn over by tanks. So, we're going to rush over, grab B and C really quick, and then get set up a lot faster than the people that are spawning on A. For whatever reason, I don't know why Infinity Ward decided to make it so that it was lopsided for one team over the other, rather than kind of counting out footsteps and being like, okay, this is very balanced for both teams, making the distance from one spawn to all the 3 capture points equidistant. But I don't know. It's their game. That they made it this way for a reason. But ultimately, for a lot of this match, you're going to see me hanging out in that general area where I just was. Mainly because it's super easy to kill guys as they funnel out of the dome. If I have somebody sitting back on C or somewhere close to me, if I go down, they can basically pick up the slack, because what a lot of people do is after they get a kill, they rush towards that kill. So if I go down, I'll have somebody that's got backup and just kind of waiting for the other people as they're running, and they can either shoot them while they're running, or shoot them as they're tunnel visioning towards the next capture point. So again, here, don't be afraid to shoot through objects and things like that. You see, I don't have bullet penetration on, but I still got a kill shooting through that because it's just like little tin or sheet metal, whatever it is. And I know there's guys back there. They're definitely funneling out of A and pushing towards C. And, they're trying to throw stuns, but it's really hard because they have to funnel through that tiny little opening back there. That guy gets a nice grenade on me, but again, I'm spawning back here. And just like at the beginning of the match, I can easily get to C. This time I decided to go through the middle just to kind of give myself a little more visibility and potentially flank these guys if they are kind of pushing up. Again, you'll see it's super easy if you spawn on that side just to get back in position and maintain this spawn trap. Now, the other thing I kind of want to talk about with Domination is Domination as a game type is strategic. You don't want to have people that are running around with their like chickens with their heads cut off, because Domination, again, is strategic. You want to hold 2 spawn points so that you can gain points for a win. That's why spawn trapping is, the ideal situation. It's going to be a lot less stressful, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to maintain a win if you can basically hold down 2 points, get yourself in position, and then be patient. Let the enemy come to you. Let them funnel to you. Not only do you have the advantage in that situation because you're basically sitting there with your gun while they're running towards another capture point because they need to get another capture point in order to get a win. So, it's tactical. You need to have teamwork. You need to basically set up, and you need to be patient. That's the best way to get a win in Domination. Not run around and just destroy people, because you running around and getting a lot of kills, while that's really cool and whatnot, doesn't help your team out, because you're now causing spawns to flip. Guys are going to be shooting behind you, and it's going to be crazy chaotic. You're always going to have to be watching your back. And, you could easily just, set up a nice spawn trap and, sit around, read a book, do whatever you want to do while these guys just funnel into your bullets. So that's, I don't know, I just wanted to say that about Domination. if you want to, run around and be crazy and whatnot, you should play TDM, or at least be playing with a bunch of friends and teammates who know that, hey, I'm going to be running around with the spaz, and I'm going to be shotgunning, and I'm going to be potentially running into A, and I've heard people say in Domination before, like, oh, I'm pinging A, I'm pinging it. Well, by pinging the flag, unless you intend on taking it, you're actually doing a lot of harm to your team, because by your presence being near that flag is going to tell the computer that, hey, there's a character here, and we don't want to spawn them near another character to break the reality of the video game that we're trying to have our people play. So we're going to spawn this person on the opposite side of the map, which is probably right behind where your other team is looking, because they're trying to set up a spawn trap. So when you have people on your team that are saying, oh, I'm just pinging this, it's not helpful at all. So don't, do the right thing. Don't ping. That's my 2 cents on that little phrase that I hear a lot when I play Domination. But back to this particular map. If you get 2 guys to basically hang out over in the room at the top of the map, which I like to kind of call the like boxes or something, you have a really good line of sight down A. So as guys funnel out of A, they're going to basically be spawning right by the backside of Dome, on the A flag side. They'll try and funnel right up towards the backside of B, and you'll have a really long line of sight, and you have a lot of cover in that room. If you do go down and they start pushing forward that direction, you'll have somebody near the hallway that can float between B and the hallway, and they can either pick up the slack and get the guy that's kind of tunnel visioning towards B, and then give you a little bit more time to set up. So that's why I think that's an ideal place to set up. You can also call out, if you see guys that are pushing towards the middle, you have the 2 guys that are floating around the middle that can then pick up those guys. If the people that are in the hallway by the C side are getting in trouble, then the people that are in the middle can just push up towards that little opening that is looking at the base of Dome, and they can just pick up those guys from behind. So the guys in the middle can basically, they have more of a 180-degree view of people that are pushing towards B and towards C, and they can help you out, if you do call-outs and stuff and are using teamwork. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind, and again, this is just the ideal situation for this map. It's not always going to be B and C, obviously, for other maps, but if you can kind of set up that general positioning, you'll be in good shape, and it will be very, very easy to maintain. This match, we did do a lot of spawn flipping. Things got a little crazy, but because we held those 2 positions for so long, at the beginning of the match, we basically guaranteed a win, because now the other team has to do a lot of catch-up. They almost need to triple cap by the time they can finally get 2 spawn points, and hopefully at that point, we've already racked up a bunch of kill streaks. We can help prevent them from holding those 2 spawn flags and just guarantee the win with ease. The other thing to do in situations like this is, if they grab 2 flags, if you see that they're pushing towards C and you have B, just do a little ring around the rosy and realize that, okay, they have probably 2 or 3 guys that are pushing towards one flag. If you then take 2 or 3 guys and push towards the opposite flag, you'll just basically do a little bit of a ring around the posy, and you will have less defenders at that other A flag, or the other, in this case, they took the C flag, so we reached around, sorry, I cannot talk. We reached around and grabbed C, and then, A, and then from there, it was, very undefended, and it was easy to maintain or grab our 2, our 2 flag points at there. But yeah, I mean, that's the gist of Dome. It is one of those maps where it is more beneficial to have C and B, so when in doubt, try and grab C and B to maintain the win. And if you want to get strategic and all that, try out that strategy where you put those people in those places and hang tight. But yeah, I hope you guys got something out of that, and I will see you next time.